I'm Belinda Wasser, also known as Rocket Girl. Today, we're going to talk about how to clearly explain what you do. When you're a virtual assistant, it's very important, really, for that matter, no matter what you do for work, to be able to clearly articulate what you do. And the reason you want to be able to do that is so when someone asks you in the moment, it's not necessarily about getting hired right then. It's about creating something for them to remember so that they can refer you. A lot of you have heard me say this recently. One of my favorite questions is, do you have a dentist that you like? Because I love my dentist so much. I saw him yesterday. I love him. I love him. And I love to refer him, and I love to generate business for him. By being clear about what you do and being clear about how to talk about it, the same thing is going to happen for you. Two people will be talking. You won't even be in the room. And one of them will say, I need some help with XYZ. And they'll say, Belinda knows how to do that. So this is what we're trying to generate here. This is the result we're looking for when we're getting clear about what we do for work. All right. So when someone asks you, what do you do for work? Most people treat this like a trick question. And what I mean by that is they don't think about it ahead of time. They don't have something prepared. And what I've found is the newer you are, the more you talk. So what happens is you're kind of panicking. You haven't prepared. You don't know what to say. You might be even having like a mini anxiety attack if you're new. I know that's what happened to me. And then what happens is we talk, and we overwhelm the person. They have no idea what we're talking about. And since we don't have the language down, it's very confusing. All right. So I'm going to tell you right now how to fix this. This is what I say when someone asks me what I do. I'm going to read it. Okay. Although I do have it memorized. I'm a virtual assistant. I work with solo professionals and small business owners. I specialize in helping them with all the admin pieces of their business, like email newsletters, website updates, and calendar management. Your three things can be anything. You can pick them however you want them to be, actual things that people know what they are and can relate to. All right. So sometimes people will say, I specialize in helping women entrepreneurs get back to the work they love so they can be more profitable. And while I get the sentiment of that, I actually have no idea what that means. Now, and keep in mind, I offer pages of services. If you go to my website, RocketGirlSolutions.com, click on services, you will see, service after service after service. But if I were to list all of those in that moment of what do you do for work, people are going to be so overwhelmed. So I chose the ones that the listener, the person I'm talking to, is going to identify with. So for example, people know what an email newsletter is, right? They know what a website update is, and they know what calendar management is, most likely. Now, like I said, I do a lot more stuff. These are not my highest end or my lowest end, but they're things in the sweet spot of people being able to remember. Because if you're doing website updates, they're probably thinking, well, maybe she creates them, or maybe she can help me change my pictures on my website, or, email newsletters, maybe she can help me put them on my website or do my social media. So that's why it's so important to be crystal clear. Now, once I say this statement, I stop talking. I just stop talking. And it's very difficult to do. I had to practice this really for some time, but I even remember where I was sitting. I was on the phone with a potential client, and I was not having a good close rate for a period of time before I figured this out. And I remember hearing the moment when I overwhelmed the prospect. And I thought, that was it right there. Like, she's not going to hire me, and that's okay. But I heard the moment, and that's when I realized I had to stop. Okay. So you need to really stop talking. Now, I know this is an oversimplification. I know if we were in corporate, we spent a lot of time trying to get really super high-end titles. But in this case, it actually will work against you. You want to be, you want to be understood for exactly what you do. Now, there's a couple of myths that I'm going to buzz through right now. The first thing is the fear, and I get it, the fear that when you say those three things, website updates, email newsletters, online scheduling, or whatever it is, PowerPoint presentations or event planning, whatever you choose, that the person's going to think that's all you do. I promise you they will not. If they are curious, what they'll say is, oh, what about this? Or, oh, what about that? I've never seen a situation where someone's walked away and said, oh, well, they can't help me because, I need help with this and they only do that. That really doesn't happen. Okay, so just let that one go. The other one is that people are afraid that if their title's not important enough, that they won't be able to charge, the amount of money they want. And this is also not true. I started my business 10 years ago at $50 an hour. I currently make between $90 and $100 an hour, depending on how much time people prepay of my time. And that's never been a limiting factor. The part that gets in the way when choosing your rates is really the courage to say it out loud, the courage to not negotiate. That's what determines your rates, not what you call yourself. Because if you knew some of the things that people ask me to do, the really low tech analog, not even on the radar charts of, most virtual assistants, you would be surprised. And they happily pay me for it because they don't want to do it themselves. So that is what I want to talk about today. It looks like we have a comment. Let's see who is popping in here. Hello, Tammy. Happy Friday. Thank you for being you. You're very sweet. You are welcome. I appreciate that. That you like what I'm offering. So thank you. Thank you for saying that. Okay. So before we go today, I want to make sure that you know about my free online classroom. I bring it up because not only are we streaming this video on 3 places on Facebook, it's also on Periscope. It's on our YouTube channel. Please click the subscribe button if you're watching on YouTube, and you'll be notified every time we go live. Also, after this is completed, it's downloaded and uploaded to LinkedIn. So that's why I want to make sure you all know about this free online classroom. Just type the Virtual Assistant Connection in the search bar at the top, click the join button, and you will be welcomed into our community. It's over 12,000 members. There are tons of videos just like this. We have over 100 videos like this. There are blog posts and articles and all kinds of freebies. And the most important thing is the community. Everyone in the community is wonderful, supportive, helpful, and I'm just grateful to be a part of it. So please join us over there on our Facebook group. And in the meantime, my name is Belinda Wasser, Rocket Girl, signing off. Bye-bye.